YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, man. You know, I hit y'all with the teaser a little bit earlier. Really excited about this thing. Had this thing since earlier today, but you know, had business to conduct when I was communicating with some of you guys in the community posts that I had made showing you that I had the TV. You know, a lot of the questions or mentions was, hey man, why haven't you opened it yet? And it's because, you know, you gotta go to work to pay the bills for this type of stuff. I digress. We got the Sony A95L here in 77-inch. Really excited about this TV, guys. This TV is going to be the TV that sits center stage. As you can see, I have no television in place here. We started this year off strong, like remodeling, repainting here. I still got some stuff to fix, but put new audio into this room. And we have the S95C here. Amazing TV. Still do have that TV for those that might be concerned. But this video, let me just give you some expectations. We're going to get this thing unboxed and, you know, just kind of deep dive into what comes into the TV, how it feels, how it looks, right? My initial impression of the quality of the build and what that's like. I'm also going to get it mounted on a table, you know, just so I can see what that experience looks like. But the TV is going to be mounted on a table base from Sandisk that I have. Hopefully I can get things positioned the way that I had it for the S95C because I wanted to sit above my center speaker. We're going to make a lot of content based on some of the things that you guys talked to me about. This video, as I said, going to encompass the initial impressions and the unboxing, and we're going to get going right after this intro. All right, so let's go ahead and clip this thing out. Huge TV. They pretty much stuck with packaging this thing the way that they did last year. Very eco-friendly like. All right, you can cut it. All right, so just gonna get some of these peripherals taken out at the base. So they've changed the base from last year, and we'll make some content comparing the two this from last year's model. We do got that Bravia camera here. I don't know if this is an upgraded model. So far, it looks to be about the same. We'll take a look at that. We got a packet of the setup guide that comes with this thing. They've got a ton of pieces. This TV has a grid-like, you know, design on the back of it. So you'll be able to kind of put all these pieces in place to kind of fit the puzzle. And it helps with the cable management. If you happen to look behind the TV, you want it to just have that look. If you don't have these on, then you're going to see the ports and things of that sort. So, all right, man. So doing the unboxing, you know, we just went live, but I discovered a couple of things and I wanted to make sure I captured this in the video. So we've got all the pieces, I believe, all the pieces over there that come, you know, in the TV, as well as the manual and the remote. The back of the TV's got some extra support. Now that I think about it, it might not be support because I acknowledge that one piece of the back was kind of here and they probably didn't want to brush that against the screen. I'm not sure. Initially, I was just a little confused as I was unboxing this on live. I was wondering, like, why did they have this cardboard in the back of the TV? I thought this was the front of the TV because to me, my logic would be, hey, you put this, but you probably wouldn't want to really put cardboard on the screen of the TV. I'm not sure, but so far the packaging seems really good. Like now, you know, the thing to compare this to is going to be the S95C, and it's packaged better. Not to say the S95C wasn't packaged well, you know, but this is just one of those things you get or you would expect if you pay the Sony tax, right? Which, by the way, this TV is $500 more from a retail perspective than the S95C. However, the S95C has gone into drastic discounts because it's now 6 months old. So we got cardboard back here. This is the back. It's got the grid system, as I said. You want to go ahead and come on around just so we can take a brief look. So we got plastic. And then we have some type of film protection, right? I guess, for the screen. Now, I'm not sure if this TV is going to have a peel, but we'll get to that point in a minute. So I'm gonna finish getting this thing out the box. Fucking camera person trying to, man. All right. Whew. Come on, get in here. You can get in here, get a look at this thing. Look at that beauty. All I wanted last year from this TV from A95K was the 77-inch. Dang, look at this mother. So while I have the TV like this, I am going to show you guys what all those little pieces we were talking about. Let's take a look at some of the port connectivity right here. We've got the positive negative terminals, spring loaded for the center speaker. What that does is it enables the TV audio to act as the center speaker, as I was saying earlier. And then we've got plethora of different USB options. The built-in microphone, there's a manual switch to turn this on or off. It defaults as off. We'll leave that off. You've got a center speaker pre-out or input there specifically for if you're using one of their sound bars, right? I'll card in right now the A5000 review. And then you've got all your HDMI connections. You got port 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is going to be your eARC, 3 and 4, both going to be 4K 120. So I have a dinner receiver that, you know, has more ports that are 4K 120. 1 and 2 are going to be, those are going to be, bring the camera this way. Yeah, look this way. Yeah. Those connections are going to be 4K 60. You've got an Ethernet port there. You got your, you know, your cable antenna connection there also. So all the good stuff that we need to have there is definitely there. All right, here's a good look at the back of this and what I'm going to call is completely designed, this grid system. You can't even really tell where the pieces start and stop. You kind of can, but you can't. But I love the way this looks. And the reason I say you can, but you can't, is because this is a piece here, this is a piece here, but then you've got these other, you know, kind of designs, right, that are not removable. So I personally like the way this looks. All your peripherals and such are down in this vicinity. As far as your connections, when I say peripherals, they would go there. So HDMI connections, but that's a look at the back. Then you've got that port, proprietary port for the camera. So that's going to be there at the top. Yeah, but I just wanted to give you guys a clean shot at what this looks like put together. This is something that I'll never really see the back of, but yeah. All right, so in order to get this thing assembled, what I want to do is I do want to put it on the base first. We're going to just go wide. There's a couple of different options that the instruction manual will land for you to put this thing together. I'm going to go wide here and here, left and right. These covers, you can go right there and right there also. I do believe there to be pieces for me to be able to cover that too. We'll look into that in just a few. But to get this thing positioned, I brought out my old IKEA table. This is the table that I got around the time where I got the C2 OLED from last year. If you didn't check that content out, all of that stuff is on the channel. I'll card that in just in case, you know, you kind of want to go down a rabbit hole. But yeah, this is a pretty wide table. Should be enough room for me to comfortably be able to get this TV mounted in position. And yeah, here are those pieces right here. So these guys will be for this. So I will be installing these just for now. Temporarily, we're going to leave them off, obviously. But yeah, we're going to get those connected on. I cannot stress enough. I love the design of this thing. The back of it is just masterful, pun intended. All right, and here's a clean look at one of the two base connections for this thing. Yeah, like I said, I was a big fan of the A95K and that base. I love that base. It's just my own preference, my own taste, but this one does lead to some more versatile installments. But there's a clean look at this thing. All right, so the actual base install, you've got looks like two different ways you can install this thing. You've got these screws or these bolts that are just kind of set into there. You've got 3 total, so you can either go right here, or you can take it up a little bit higher, and you can go right there. Once you get it in there, you just kind of push that in there. Now, it's not totally toolless, so you do have to use the provided screws. As you can see, you've got 4, and they do have washers on there to you know, put that in there sturdy. So you have 2 different ways, you know, you can install this thing. So as you can see, that kind of just clicks in. So there's some wiggle there. So that's where the screws come into play. So try not to lose your screws. Keep that. I'm not going to utilize these. I can't stress that enough. But for the sake of this video, we're going to just show you that. All right. So you get these two screws into there. And yeah, so that guy is nice, tight, firm. And that's pretty much all she wrote. You've got nice little metal piece there, or rubber piece there, I'm sorry. And that's good there. So the cover is going to kind of be able to go into this piece. So I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so these 2 pieces are labeled. You've got CN1 and CN2. CN2 is the back of the TV is facing you, is going to be on the left, or I guess you can call it the right if you're looking at the TV from the screen. So 2 goes to 2, 1 goes to 1. He just presses in and doesn't move, and that's just kind of how that goes. So that's again what that looks like. All right, so this isn't really about a clean peel. This is more so me documenting that my screen isn't damaged. I've been extremely careful with this thing, and it's been a good experience so far. This TV is surprisingly light, in my opinion, with the base. Obviously, the base on the A95K, and I keep stressing how much I like it. The only pain to it was that it was just super heavy, but I love just that feeling. So just getting all this screen protector off. All right, looks pretty good. Yeah, so Sony doesn't put a peel film on their televisions, and I'm not sure why they don't, but they put something to kind of protect the screen. Now this means that I need to put some gloves on when I handle this thing, because it's going to get mounted. But I'm just inspecting what I expect. Inspect what you expect always. All right, get this energy guide off of here. Gotta get this off of here. This thing is stuck behind the legs, so I can pull it this way. Great, excellent. That came off good, and then we'll get this advertisement off of here. All right, it tells us we got the Sony Bravia XR OLED Master Series, big 77, new for 23. That was clean. That was clean. Go ahead, take a look at that. We got XR Triluminous Max. We got XR Clear Image. We've got Dolby Vision, Atmos, Bravia Camera, Google TV, Bravia Core. Yes. All right, just wanted to give you a general shot right here. We got this thing set on this table, and the TV is not that heavy, man. Not that heavy with this base, but like I said, prior to transition, the other base made a lot of weight to it, so kind of gift and a curse. We do got the camera installed on the top. So that thing is put up there. Got a little bit of light glare. I'm gonna turn this off from the ceiling light. But yeah, this is a quick overview of what we're working with right now. Getting this thing all set up. Setup has been pretty simplistic. It's a Google TV, so you can get that acclimated with the Google Home application. It makes things really smooth, and I've been doing that a lot lately with the Hisense UK7 and the TCL Q7, the U7K from Hisense and the Q7 from TCL. They are all Google TVs, as well as nightly I've been using the A95K in the bedroom. I don't have any specific players on the A95K, and so yeah, I'm just getting this thing set up because I am going to update the firmware. I don't have a problem with that. I'm going to proceed with getting this thing as update as possible. All right, so diving into the picture mode, and I'm just keeping things basic here. This is just me toggling through. You've got the Vivid, which is here. I had the TV set in the store demo mode and took it off of that. Going over to standard, obviously, I'm going to turn a lot of different things down, and they've got a little bit of content there to kind of tell you what's recommended cinema. You got the professional, you got the calm, you got the photo, you got the IMAX enhanced, right? So you got a couple of different presets that you can build off of there. I'll probably end up going with the cinema, but for right now, I'm just going to leave this thing on Vivid. Going down to the brightness, obviously Vivid's going to turn everything up. So you've got a contrast setting for SDR that may change if the content is actually being ran in high dynamic range. As a matter of a fact, let me put something on just to see if this will auto adjust. And yes, it automatically will adjust the settings. So I mean, and what I'm looking at is just like where it has the brightness and the gamma and the contrast. If the content is SDR, then it'll show SDR. What I was playing in the prior transition was Blacklist, which, you know, is like Blu-ray quality. I do have that added to my Plex server. This right here is just the opening sequence from Batman, the most recent Batman movie. And by the way, that red is red, and I'm loving it. That's my favorite color. So because this is a 4K Blu-ray a bit of content, it is in high dynamic range. It's nice to see that this TV will allow me to, you know, adjust my settings and it be based off the content being organic into what it is. So that's a good thing. I'm really enjoying this so far. Now, I know I can't get away with playing any of this content without me having some kind of problems on the monetization side of this video. So strictly stills here. You know, this scene right here has my entire freaking living room lit up. Like both of my Ralph Lauren Polo Bear throw blankets on my couches are just absolutely exploded with red here. There's just no way the camera's going to be able to articulate that. But man, it's hitting and I'm loving it. And again, this is set on the Vivid right now, understanding that, you know, that's going to turn everything up, but this is just initial setting stuff. Red is something that I gravitate towards, guys. Like I absolutely love it. And you know, I'm trying to look at my camera and I'm just trying to envision if this is going to be able to bring to life like what I'm seeing. But man, it's very explosive and I love the highlights, the way this TV gets bright. It's all very good, man. This is definitely QD-OLED second panel technology, second generation panel technology. It's awesome. So what I've seen with the S95C, I'm not in a position or prepared right now to really talk about, you know, this versus that, but you know, this thing is pretty spot on so far. Hey man, yeah, I turned this thing out of Vivid. We're on a more of a got it on this the cinematic preset. I haven't went in and tinkered with any settings yet, just messing around with presets, and just wanted to kind of see what this black looked like, you know, the dark scenes. I can see, I mean, I can see everything here, right? Obviously, and by the way, don't judge me, but I've never seen this movie. I've been waiting for an experience like this for me to be able to watch this movie. But this scene right here tells me that I'm definitely going to be able to see anything that's dark. Like I can just kind of distinguish what's going on. So pretty good stuff so far, man. Gonna get ready to wrap this thing on up pretty soon here. All right, guys, so this was an unboxing and my initial impressions. I am enjoying this TV so far. There's some personal things I got to get adjusted with it. I got to get it off of the base that we put it on for the purposes of this review. And I got to get it put onto the table mount, right? From there, then I can start plugging things up. The cords that I have them strategically managed where they're too long to be where they are. Now, I'm not at all sure how the hell I'm going to be able to try to make any content of this TV versus another TV. Probably going to be some angle shots that I'll try to create when I do get down the road of wanting to do this versus the S95C. But I'm really excited to get this TV off of this table, get this IKEA desk the hell out of here, and get this thing mounted up where it needs to be so that I can start testing like the sound, hearing what that sounds like, and then testing it with my system, testing using the TV as a center speaker versus like my clip center. So there's an array of content that I'm prepared to shoot with this thing. It's about 11:26. I did tell you guys that I would have this up before 12, but I might not be able to do that because I gotta chop through this content that I shot, render it up, timestamp it and all of that so I can make it enjoyable. But when you see this, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you want to support the channel, we got the membership live, you know what I'm saying? I got all of that going. So if you guys want to ready up, we're going to be doing this thing. We're going to be making a lot of content. Leave some comments, let's have some discussion, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love.